Hello friends and lovers, this is episode 4 of my Let's Play of Pokemon FireRed / X and Y. In between videos whoops. Sorry, the music is a little fucked. In between videos, I was kind of like exploring and like doing some things, and I accidentally stumbled upon rival Fag here, and I guess now we're in a little bit of a poke battle. Sent out Fletchling. Cool. This music is irritating me. I'm just gonna take this off, actually. It's probably irritating you guys too, and I apologize. But anyways. So yeah, I was doing some exploring and like trying to level up some of my Pokemon, and accidentally like went a little too far in this area. I stayed in that forest mainly, just doing some stuff, leveling and like exploring. Like I said, I found some items. I didn't fight any of the trainers there. I figured that I would do that on camera, and I thought I was gonna be safe by just exploring this other little area a little bit, and then sure enough, bumped into old Fag there, and he wants to kick my butt. So he only has 2 Pokemon, and I know nothing about like types and stuff. Like I know, I think it's like the lightning or thunder or whatever is like water is weak against that, and then fire is weak against water. Clearly, like that makes sense, but and I think water is weak against grass type or whatever it is, leaf type, whatever the fuck it is. So his Fletchling is actually pretty high in level, which is, excuse me, surprising. I wanted to be at least like level 15 with most of my Pokemon before I went to any gyms, or I knew I was gonna bump into him again at some point, and I wanted to be prepared, and I am clearly not. So we got Nunu, which is my Feroki. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. And then Spaghetti is my weird Scatterbug or whatever it's called. And I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing. And then Isis, my other thing. So my Weedle, I think. And one thing that happened while in between, I'm gonna die, and that's okay. Fuck, why is my attack missing? I'm so mad. I'm dead. It's gonna kick my little butt. If I don't lose any money. So one thing that happened though while in between videos is Spaghetti tried to evolve. Oh my god. I think bug types are weak against bird types, which makes sense. So yeah, I'm dead. I died. I might actually delete this video and start over and pretend this never happened, because I'm pretty sure I'm dead. Yeah, I'm real dead. This is so stupid. Okay, so I need to get Pokemon that are not just bug Pokemon, I think. And maybe try a little bit harder. It's really hard for me. I'm new to the whole, like, I did lose money. Fuck. I'm new to the whole, blah, 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 to having, like, a gaming channel. And it's really difficult for me to like, play a video game, talk, also be conscious of like where I'm looking and like what I'm doing, like physically, blah blah blah. Yeah, leave me alone. Shit happens, dude. Don't like be like preaching to me. So, but anyways, I'm new to that, so I'm gonna try to have to work on that. Maybe if I didn't tell so many like anecdotal stories about things, that I would be able to maybe focus on the game a little bit more, because that's like the whole thing that I'm doing, obviously, playing video games, so I should probably pay attention to it. But, you know, I just like talking. If you're wondering what I'm drinking, that would be coffee. Well, it's technically, I guess it's espresso, which is just finely ground coffee. But I didn't make it in an espresso machine, so it's just coffee, I guess. So in this little grassy area, I did see that there was a mankey. And I know that's like a fighting type, I think, right? I don't know. Is that what it's called? Fighting type? Karate type? Whatever. And so I might go ahead and catch that, because mankeys are a little goofy, I guess. I'll catch it. I kind of want a girl mankey, though. So we'll do a little leveling here, I guess. Or I guess I could do leveling by fighting those trainers in the forest. That might be more interesting than watching me struggle doing this. Excuse me, my body is just fucked. Whenever I record one of these videos and I'm talking, my mouth just like dries up so quickly. And maybe it's because I'm nervous, because that happens. But anyways, I do like Mankey, actually. I forget which, it must have been on my Moon game. I think I caught one and was using it, but I don't remember. One of the games that I played recently, within the past like 5 years, because I don't really play too many Pokemon games, actually, I had used a Mankey. They're alright. Nothing too special about them. I always thought they looked like they had like pig noses. I don't know if that's like a feature. That it's like a common thing that people see, or that it does have I don't know what I'm talking about. Excuse me. So, in between this video, because it's, even though I'm wearing the same outfit that I was in the last videos, it's the next day. Hopefully I get the advantage. Cool. Was that a girl Mankey? I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. I did do a slight bit of research, not to this game in specific, because this game is X and Y and FireRed. Somehow, I don't know, like, who thought that would be a good idea, but I did do a slight bit of research, and there's not a lot of interesting Pokemon in X and Y, if I'm going to be completely honest with my opinion. They are kind of just like lame. But I felt that way about a lot of the newer Pokemon. Got a text, and I'm going to rudely look at it. Cool. But so hopefully, with like the mixture of Pokemon from like different generations and stuff that are hopefully in this game, we can curate an interesting team. And I'm just going to go up ahead and try to fight those trainers. Maybe I'll okay, so like I said before, Spaghetti tried to evolve, and I didn't want him to evolve. I really don't want him to evolve right now, because he's only at level like 7 or something. I don't really particularly want him to evolve into his weird cocoon form or whatever. But if I do let him evolve, I want it to be on camera, because it's exciting. So back to my 3rd grade stories. In 3rd grade, I wonder if he's a trainer. What's up, dude? Am I fighting him or no? Fighting a Weedle. In 3rd grade, Pokemon had just started like emerging, and like I said before, and people, like I remember moms and stuff, like of my friends, were either like for Pokemon and thought it was like cool and like, you know, like their kids liked it, so they liked it, or they were like, this is like witchcraft. Like Pokemon stands for pocket monsters, and like yeah, it does. But even if it like it does, but like what's so wrong about that? Like pocket monsters? They're like, yeah, they're satanic. And my mom is that kind of person who's like super religious and who should have maybe like jumped onto that like the fucking conspiracy train, because my mom is like such a conspiracy theorist, or like something like will happen and she's like, I knew that was gonna happen, the Lord told me. And like I'm like, all right, Julie, like okay, cool, yeah, of course he did. Okay, so see, spaghetti wants to evolve, and I think if you, one of the reasons why I don't like evolving, I'm not letting spaghetti evolve. One reason why I don't like evolving my Pokemon is because I know they like are stronger or whatever stat wise, but they don't gain abilities as quickly or something, and or something like that. But on the other hand, I do know that certain like lower like first forms can't get the same abilities as like higher forms can in some cases, especially if there's like a type change and stuff like that. I was throwing Pokeballs to catch Pokemon and I ran out. That's why you can never have too many Pokeballs. Well, fascinating. Alright, so let's go visit old Chalk over here. What up, dude? Hey, you have Pokemon? Come on. Let's battle them. Alright. It looked like an old man in the sprite, but that's definitely a child. Bugcatcher Rick would like to battle. Sent out Weedle. I think he only has one Pokemon. But it was weird that my mom, it didn't have any like qualms with Pokemon, but with the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, she was like, because after, you know, like years and years later, like Yu-Gi-Oh started emerging and getting like really popular, and I watched the show, which was okay, but all my friends were playing, so I kind of like wanted to collect and play too, even though it was expensive. And I was talking to my mom about it, and she was like, are you kidding me? I was like, no. And she's like, Yu-Gi-Oh cards are the devil. She's like, Yu-Gi-Oh cards are made by witches in a factory. And like, I remember her saying like, people, and the way that I pictured it, she said that people put curses on every individual card. So I'm thinking of like a conveyor belt with like different like cards going down, and then there's like a row of like witches or like whatever, and they're like, yeah, like cursing all these cards that go by them or whatever they do. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, okay. What's happening? Because you have more than, okay, so he has 2 Pokemon. So yeah, if you didn't know, Yu-Gi-Oh cards each have specific individual curses on them, and if you play with them, apparently you're cursed, or you're going to hell, or however that works. You're gonna die. I always thought that always like stuck out of my mind whenever I think of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I'm like, yep, they're all cursed, so I better not touch them. Like as a joke, obviously. Recently, we were at like the mall, me and my fiance, and we went into like a little like hippie store where you can get like crystals and like tarot cards and stuff. And I'm like mildly intrigued by that. Like I'm interested in like astrology and things. I don't really take it too seriously. I just think it's intriguing, and I studied it briefly just by myself. I have like a book, and I was like, you know, memorizing things and stuff like that. Just I use it because I'm a little socially awkward, and it's a good icebreaker, I feel, to say like, oh, when's your birthday? And then like be like, oh, so you're like a Sagittarius, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, blah blah blah, just to like break the ice and to have something to talk about. And but anyways, what I went into this like hippy dippy store, and it was like really quiet in there, and we were the only people in there. And I went up to the lady at the counter, and I was like, okay, so I really want to put a curse on somebody. How would I go about doing that? Just like, I was completely lying. And she was like, oh, what? And I was like, I'm kidding. I just like fucking with people. But I wonder what she would have said if I was actually serious. Alright, who do we got here? Bugcatcher Doug. Whoops. I hate this. I hate my life. Alright, so we're gonna... This guy has 3. I haven't been paying attention. I've just been blabbing, telling stories. I haven't been paying attention to my life or like anything. I'm gonna try to make Spaghetti kill all of these, but that might not be... If he poisons me, like, I'm just gonna switch it out, because who has time for that? Hopefully this game gets more interesting. I'm not going to really like read the story or anything, so I guess, I don't know. Do people play this for the story? Because what is the story anyways? I know in Sun and Moon the story was a little more interesting, but it's for children, so it's gonna be so fucking predictable. I don't know. I was expecting Moon to be like the coolest thing, and it just missed the ball on me, or whatever the expression is. Or missed the ball with me. Oh, I don't know. But yeah. In Moon, I really liked Broxish, and I really liked, there was like, before playing, there was like Pokemon that I had set out to say like, these are the ones that I want. I really liked Mimikyu. I had just caught, I might as well just switch it up a little bit. See what old Isis is up to. I just caught a Mimikyu before. I ended up selling my copy of Moon for various reasons. But I had just caught Mimikyu before I gave it away or I sold it. Which sucks. Oh, this Weedle is level 7. Is it gonna be like this, where we're just gonna shoot the fucking poison sting back and forth with like inching life? You know, I really should catch a bird Pokemon. And I should have done that. If I'm gonna be fighting these bug catchers, that makes the most sense. Oh, hindsight. So we're gonna finish off this this battle, and then I'm gonna call this episode. And then maybe in between videos, I will catch a bird Pokemon, or see if there's any like interesting ones. Because I don't really want a fletchling, especially if Fag has one. And of course, I'm poisoned. I don't think I have an antidote. I think I had one earlier and I used it. Excuse me. I'm so good at this game. Having like a gaming YouTube channel has basically become like, listen to me talk about just anything, like random stupidity, while I play a game poorly and I don't pay attention to it. This is why I don't have any friends. But yeah, what would you guys like to see me play? If I paid more attention, if I like, when I play a game that I've never played before, I pay more attention to it, clearly. But this is so like mindless. Dune's leveled up. Cool. I am going to switch my Pokemon just to switch them right back afterward. Who do I want? Let's get Isis up. Just to have them, just to give them experience points. Because I know they like, that's what happens. Okay. So on my channel, I have a game that I played that was just like a flash game, called called, hopefully this doesn't give me trouble, because if it does, I'm going to be so pissed. I might have to like poison it or something. A game called something about sleeping or something, and it was a little bit of a spooky game, and I really liked that. Not specifically the game itself, but the fact that it was a little spooky. I liked that. So I might try to find more scary games. There was one that I found that I was going to record, and then I got sidetracked with something else, which is something that happened clearly, and I didn't end up recording it. There's just so many things that I want to do, just like in life, creatively and like personally, that I usually end up doing nothing. I like feel like I'm being pulled in several different directions, and I end up doing nothing. Oh, fuck. Okay, cool. I'm gonna call it a day on this one. Thank you guys so much for watching episode 4 of my Let's Play of this game. And I will see you guys in the next video.